The bear felt heavier than before, not in weight, in meaning. Charred around the edges, blackened by the touch of protection from good and evil, the once swamp-green totem looked half-burnt.
Generate by AI.
Half sorrowful. Saladin cradled it on the journey back to Dare, the hum of the truck low under his breath. Hendrik explained what had happened in their absence. Kessa, the carvings, the possession, the corrupted bear that had nearly crushed her, and then the spell. When Hendrik had placed the same warding on the child that he had on the bear, her skin had gone pale. Life faded from her limbs, like a flame snuffed out. They reached Dare just as dusk settled. The streets were quiet. Hendrik removed the enchantment. Color returned to Kessa's cheeks. It was time to try lifting the curse. Theodore stepped forward, calm and capable. Hendrik voiced his concern aloud. She wasn't merely cursed. She was interwoven with something deeper, tied to it like roots to loam. Eltrin stirred, coaxed a healing spell through her. It soothed her just enough to silence the panic. But the bitterness remained. She muttered about the carvings not being right. Her grief, her magic, her whole being still fractured. Hendrik tried kindness, spoke gently of training, of structure, of purpose. It helped. Then, quietly, he slid something into his satchel. Saladin saw, blood-stained parchment, folded neat, hidden careful. A letter, from her brother, still unread, still unsent. No one knew who had delivered it. But Hendrik kept it from her, not to lie, to protect. They rested under the Warden Tree, the same one Saladin had climbed, the same one that had shown him visions of wild forests and corrupted giants. The same one that had nearly taken his life. Now it watched over them. Morning light filtered through its boughs. Confirmation came with it. The boy, Kessa's brother, was dead. Titan troubles. Wrong place, wrong time. Theodore broke the news with care. Kessa wept. And in her grief, something changed. She stepped forward and laid her hand on the bear. Her fingers trembled. She whispered to it, too soft to hear, then kissed its head. And in that moment the bear changed. Not much, but enough. A line of red shimmered across its brow. Not blood, not wound. Promise. Emotion fed into magic, as it always did with her. Her pain, now voiced, washed some of it away. The anguish that had soaked the bear's heart began to lift. She gave it back to Saladin. "Help me find who did this," she asked it. She could hear the tree again. The corruption had loosened its grip. Saladin took the bear back. Cold, heavy, but alive. He didn't tell her the rest. Not yet. He would carry that truth. Until she could. He hugged the tree, and he promised it too. "I'll try to be better." Later that morning they loaded up the convoy. 3 M35 Tempest trucks. A few Stormpiercer recon cycles. The route, east, toward Eastwatch. Saladin took the front, Hendrik the center.
Generate by AI.
Theodore the rear. The sun was high by the time Saladin spotted the smoke. A large campfire, odd, for midday, and then voices. Rough, orcish accented common. "Don't make me ask again." "Bristlehead, where did you sell them?" "I don't know, something about driftstone." He flagged the others. Told the convoy he had, quote, "a monster shit emergency." They approached the clearing on foot. It was a decent-sized encampment, multiple tents, large fire, at least a dozen orcs. At the center, a bound human man with bristly hair. A prisoner. Tied nearby, more prisoners. Elves, dwarves, halflings, all civilians, malnourished, terrified. The orc interrogator barked more questions. "Where are they?" "What did you do with our people? Why do our kind keep disappearing?" When they were spotted, one sentry called out, "Boss, more humans!" Saladin stepped forward. "We ain't humans!" The orc boss stepped up, big scar across his right eye. Tribal tattoos on his shoulders. Saladin saw the mark and froze. Bloodtusk, the same orc tribe that had cast out Darvoth Bitterbrew's father years ago. The same tribe that might get them in deep shit if this turned political. The boss made his stance clear. The villagers were taking orcs, disappearing them, maybe killing them. They tried peace. Saladin fumbled it. Theodore tried threats. Hendrik stepped in with diplomacy. Deal struck. If no one could offer answers, champion versus champion, Hendrik would fight. 5 minutes for the prisoner to talk. The bristle-haired man? Just a miller from Driftstone, scared, markless. Saladin scanned the orcs again. The Bloodtusk mark was theirs, not his. They ran prisoners through a zone of truth. Most knew nothing, but one mentioned a name. Ren might be involved. Saladin's ears perked. Ren? Yeah, some scrawny guy always hanging around the big one, craggy. They call him the Vile Hand. 2 names, 1 threat, or 2. They made a plan. Fight night, Titan outskirts, 5 days. Find Craggy, find the vile hand. Get answers, get vengeance. As they walked back to the convoy, Saladin cast a glance at Hendrik. Daza might not like that we're helping Bloodtusks, but for now the mission moved forward. The bear, cold in his hands, pulsed once more.